what is going on, everyone out there on YouTube? Welcome to the video. My name's Brando Linick. Hey there. And this is going to be a cool conversation on what you're searching for, which is how to start a food cart business. And my story and experience with this, the whole reason why you're going to want to pay attention, goes back over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now. Started a lot of different types of businesses. Most of those businesses failed. Some of those businesses worked. But when it comes to a food cart or a food truck business, it's not that difficult to start, alright? Having a close friend of mine whom I've started a food truck business with, I actually helped him out to start it. It's pretty simple, alright? There's nothing technical, but I'll tell you, it's some grunt work that's involved. There's some grunt work that is required when you're doing this, and it can be a drain on you. And unless you're looking at this to franchise it out, alright, looking at it from a long-term growing perspective, from a business perspective, alright, unless you're really looking at it to franchise it out, if you're looking at it for very similar reasons why my friend was looking at it, to start a business, to be your own boss, to start a business that's simple, to start a business you can make money at, I would actually advise you, before you consider starting a food cart business, before you head down this path, dealing with supplies, dealing with equipment, dealing with, employees if you franchise it out, before you head down that path, if you hear me out here for a second, I've got a lead I want to throw your way. And my story with this goes back over the last year when I transitioned from a traditional business, dealing with all this and more, and it was crazy, sometimes paying employees more than I was getting paid, and I transitioned from that, and I came across a person who's making a high multiple six-figure income business, doing so without any of those things, doing so without any of the territory that goes with a food cart business, without having to deal with the investment of food trucks, alright, and food carts, and without having to deal with shipping and handling, inventory, all that stuff and more. And because they weren't dealing with that, making a ludicrous amount of money, which is obviously not average or typical, not guaranteeing you the same results, because they were doing this on the internet, building a business on the internet without that stuff, I started to model and copy what they were doing, because they had time freedom, location freedom, money freedom, being able to, pick up and travel and move to different countries where they didn't even speak the language. There's just internet access, so they could actually build their business. Because they were doing this, I started to model and copy what they were doing. I reached out to them, and long story short, alright, in less than 30 days, I was able to create a full-time income business working part-time. Now you might be like, well, Brando, what does that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. The cool part was, those weren't average or typical results. I had to work my butt off. And like I said, if you're looking at starting a business, if you're looking at becoming an entrepreneur, and you're looking at doing this because you want to be your own boss, but be able to afford and do what you want to do when you want to do it, learn how to build a leveraged business where your overhead is not as much, alright? And the best business you could start, I would advise you, before considering a food cart business, unless you're going to franchise it out, which can take you a long time, alright? And then you got to keep in mind with franchising, you got to be able to maintain it, and it feels like you're employed to the business because it's like working 10 different jobs at once. And I'm just warning you here, it can be a complete headache. Learn how to build a business if you want to be a business owner and an entrepreneur in a way where you can increase your profit margins and decrease your overhead. And if that is really what you're looking for, a highly profitable business where you can do what you want when you want, create time freedom and flexibility, learn to build a business on the internet. Learn the skills required to building a business online. And if you're following me here and you'd like to learn more about how to actually do this, make sure after this video you connect with me on my site. If you're willing to learn things and you're willing to put in work, alright, if you're willing to do those two things, you can check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put the link down below in the description. But aside from that, whatever road you decide to go down, I wish you the best of success. I look forward to seeing your success story, and I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. And those of you interested in wanting to learn how to build a business online, create an income online, without dealing with that overhead, alright, I can just beat you up, okay, to save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. If you want to learn how to build a business online, I look forward to connecting with you on the other side and helping you get the results that you want, and seeing you on the beaches of the world as well. Take care.